Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new horror film, T-Blockers. And this is a very trans, very queer, small-time horror comedy focusing on a young trans filmmaker who lives in a small town where ancient parasites rise and take over the most despicable and transphobic and hate-mongering people in town and cause all kinds of ruckus for our young queer community here. And Alice Mayo McKay, who co-wrote this film and directed it, I think really makes the most of like a micro budget. You could tell this is a really small budget kind of film. It's campy when it comes to like the horror elements, the blood and guts and stuff like that. This film's only like an hour and 14 minutes, so I do feel like there's definitely some moments that feel a little restrained and constricted by the fact that like this doesn't have a whole lot of a budget, and some of its more climactic moments feel, you know, a touch anticlimactic because I don't know how far they could really go with some of the bigger, crazier elements of the story. But I really appreciate the young cast, this young filmmaker character in the film, her friends, these trans characters, these young trans actresses, I think do a really great job of bringing these characters together, making it very authentic, and in the way that this film is written, really brings out a lot of the issues that young trans community go through, and it links it to the horror elements. And that's the most important thing, is you're going to have these the messaging, link it, and make sure that this feels organic in how it comes together. There's definitely elements of the film that feel a little too mundane, a little too, like, you know, just dealing with, you know, just hanging out sometimes and feeling a little bit aimless to it. And especially in an hour and 14-minute film, you don't want to have too many moments of, like, not really making the most of it. But in the end, there's a good sense of humor about it. It has some fun, campy, crazy horror elements to it. It has strong message for young queer people, especially trans people. And this kind of film has some fun characters, some fun performances, makes the most of very little money and a really brief and lean runtime to deliver a fun, crazy kind of horror film. And it even has like little sprinklings of these little vignettes of a very, very well-dressed and full of sass drag queen doing these little kind of like adding those little elements of like this old school kind of campy horror narrator about it. And I thought that brought some personality to it too. And in the end, this is doing a lot and makes a lot out of a little. And this is definitely worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on T-Blockers. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.